Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Mirikitani with another episode of Weighing In, brought to you by Nike Wrestling. Go to athleteps.com for all of your Nike gear. Go to Resolite.com for all of your wrestling mats, plyometric boxes, everything like that. And pureandclean.us for all your cleaning products, for the mats, for yourself. If you can't get home in time after a hard practice, can't get a shower right away. These guys are awesome. They support wrestling a lot, just like my special guest host today, my good friend. Apparently, I only podcast with people from Iowa. I just realized that. So, meet Eddie Woody. Eddie's son, Eddie Jr., is a defending state champ as a let's say true freshman. That's actually true. He's not a holdback or anything like that. He's a true freshman for Southeast Polk there in Des Moines, Iowa, and is just importantly to me. Eddie Sr. is a good friend of mine and a member of the U.S. Army. So I appreciate you coming on with me today, man.
Hey, I feel honored to be on here, Dave. I've been waiting for this opportunity. I watch your show, and so I'm like, come on, I got to get on there.
Well, today's the day, and we got a good weight class to talk about. We're just going to talk about 157, and we were doing a little prep, and it was interesting because of how the rankings are set up. So we'll start with Flow. They've got Antrell Taylor 1, Kasak 2, Shapiro 3, Ty Waters 4, Cardenas 5. These rankings are updated after the All-Star meet, so they do reflect the Waters-Cardenas match. Zerbin 6, J-Dub 7, Cannon Webster 8. Your round of 12 guys, Brandon Cannon, Ethan Miller, Jackson Arrington, Jude Swisher. Your round of 16, Rafael Hippolito, Cale Swenson, Teague Travis, Jared Hill. And then a guy down the line like Cody Chittum is at 17. Gavin Drexler was at 10 last week. Now he's at 18. Cal Miller should not be in the rankings. I talked to Clemson. He's redshirting this year, but some names like that. And then over at Intermat, what threw me off, Eddie, was they don't have Meyer Shapiro because he's not wrestling first semester. And they also know Drexler lost, but they didn't take it into account, which is interesting. So they've got some names in here like DJ McGee. So let's just kind of do an overview of the weight, and then I'll flip it over to you. So at the Antrell Taylor's your defending champion. The runner-up, Joey Blaze, is up at 65 this year. Kasak was third. Waters was an All-American at 149. Cardenas placed last year. Vinny Zerbin, shout out St. Louis, Missouri, All-American last year. Arrington's been an All-American before. Hippolito was rounded 12. Brandon Cannon made the Big Ten finals. Cannon Webster won a lot of big matches. Jordan Williams, the two-time transfer, is up a weight, which I don't think we thought was the case when he first transferred. I think we thought he was going to go 49, and that is no longer the case. It looks like it's going to be Ryder Block, maybe Miguel Estrada. Maybe you can give me some state of Iowa knowledge up there. But J-Dub is going to be the guy at 57. So Antrell Taylor had a magical special ride last year. He really wrestled great. I think we all thought he was very good, but I don't think he was our pick to win the weight. Most people, I think a lot of us had Shapiro, to be honest, and he really took it to Shapiro and then wrestled really well in the finals. And he absolutely deserved to win it, and you could see how happy Brian Snyder was for him. Your thoughts on the weight last year and just kind of where you see some things, maybe people got it right, got it wrong, in your opinion?
Well, looking at Antrell Taylor, I'm going to start there because you mentioned him like nobody. He essentially came out of the blue because he was a 65 the year before. And when he came down, he's a big 57-pounder. And, man, he had those underhooks just working. Yes. I mean, he really dominated people. I don't know if he had a match that was closer than 5 points in the NCAAs. I mean, he dominated, was never in any danger of losing any of his matches. And so I really like that guy. Kasich, I mean, Penn State's going to do what Penn State does. And that guy, I mean, what do? They win. I have no problem with him being there. I am the thing that I'm super surprised about. I took some notes on a few guys that come talk about it, but the thing that surprises me most is Jordan Williams being at 157 because he looked so strong last year at 149. And I'm wondering, I've been watching some of the little videos, the little TikToks he has on social media, and his physique, it's looking pretty chiseled right now. So I was a little bit surprised about him being up at 157. But if he looks anything like he did against Caleb Henson in the NCAA tournament, I'm like, he's the kind of guy that could surprise people at the end of the year.
Well, first of all, your first point, Antrell came down from 65. He wasn't a 65 pounder, but Peyton Robb was there, and they put him in the lineup, and he placed as a freshman. And that says a lot about A, his skill level, B, his ability to deal with strength, and C, him being a team player. I know they're wrestlers, but a team player in that sense of the word. Your family doesn't know anything about going up or down weights to be a team player. So that's a conversation for another day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I mean, that says a lot about young men or kids, depending on the age, that they're willing to make that sacrifice. And sometimes the sacrifice of going down is a lot. And sometimes the sacrifice of going up is a lot, because I did that for a duel one time. I wrestled the defending champ at 142, and I lost 7-6, but it was not a very close 7-6 match. Like, I somehow lost and gave up by one, and gave up 2 minutes and 45 seconds of riding time. So but the guy was like a head taller than me. It was just a whole thing, but
yeah,
it's hard. It's really hard. So J-Dub's a guy that we're really interested in. You mentioned Antrell's path to the finals last year. He went Tech fall. In the semis, he beat Shapiro 7-2. He had a close match in points with Matty Bianchi 4-3. But
okay, I didn't remember that one.
He was leading the whole way. So I think you're right. Was never really in danger. And then he controlled Blaze in the finals. Had the only offensive points. And like now with the 3-point takedown, like a 4-2 match where you take me down once and I don't ever snip your legs, it's a lot closer than 14-12, where we both took each other down 3 times and you got a tilt. That's like we both could have won. If you had the only offensive moves, then you're probably better than me. So, well, I think you know how this works. What we're going to do is make our picks. We didn't talk about one thing, I think, which is absolutely fascinating. What is Penn State going to do at this weight class? Okay, because they have PJ Duke, the incoming true freshman, who is absolutely, positively special. Maybe I shouldn't share this conversation, but I got a chance to talk to Angel Cejudo in person out of Valiant Prep in August. They had just come back from U20s, I think. And I said, how good are some of those guys? He goes, PJ Duke is better than Henry at this age. For people that don't know, Angel Cejudo is Henry Cejudo's older brother, who won a gold medal at 21 or 22. And if you're watching this, the same face I just made to Eddie is the same face I made to Angel.
That's a big statement. That's a huge statement. I was in Colorado when Henry Cejudo was in his last 2 years of high school, and if you don't mind, I'll share a story real quick.
Please.
Okay, so I was helping coach this team. I was one of the assistants down in Fort Carson, and one of our kids was getting ready. He's like, I just won, and I'm going to get Henry Cejudo next. I'm like, hey, I didn't know who Henry was. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. He's just another kid. He's got to put his pants on like everybody else, and he's like, there he is right down there. So standing on top of these bleachers, I'm looking down on the mat and I'm like, oh, like, did God just come down and decide to join this wrestling tournament? Because this dude was something else. Like, I'd never seen a high school kid jump into an inside trip with zero setup.
Yeah.
Like no setup at all. Like, that's moving at a different speed than everybody else. I mean, like, I've seen plenty of fast kids, but to jump into an inside trip with zero setup, you are something special.
He is, for sure. It reminds me of the year we had a really good 197 pounder. So I went to go scout John Jones. We hadn't seen him all year, and this is back when there wasn't the internet. And I come back, I go to my dad, I'm like, I think we can take third. We're not beating that guy. Some guys are special. So, I mean, for PJ Duke to be in that conversation, I don't think it's surprising, right? I mean, he beat Yanni Diakomahalis to make the senior world team. He's a U20 guy. He made all 3 teams, which is absurd, right?
Yeah.
It's like he's doing a meet allure things on the men's side of it.
Yeah. He's a tough. I mean, first, the only real 8th grader to ever win the high school division at Super 32. Because when he won, he was 13. Yeah, he was 13. If go back and look, I remember that.
No, I believe he's a non-holdback. He's a non-holdback.
Yeah, non-holdback. He was a 13-year-old wrestling the Super 32 as an 8th grader and won it. I think it was like 126 was the weight class.
Yeah, I don't care if it was 106.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? A 13-year-old winning a high school division
is even more impressive because there's plenty of juniors and seniors there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So having said all that, what it comes down to is like Cale Sanderson and company have a great first world problem, right? Like you have Tyler, who's a true junior, who's placed twice, and you have PJ Duke, and they both can redshirt, right? They can both use a redshirt year. So I don't know which one they'll start. It'd be interesting to see. Messenbrink's a junior. So, I mean, if you kind of look at it, you go, okay, one of them redshirts this year, one of them redshirts next year. And you also now get into Olympic years in 28. And we've been doing those kind of podcasts for a long time, like spacing it out. Mm-hmm. But once Messenbrink's gone, then one of those guys, probably Duke, will bump to 65 because once 2.2 pounds over that 74 kilo. Which one redshirts this year? I mean, I think it's a very it's a very safe statement to say that if PJ Duke is in there, it's not like he's hard to get a rank because you can't rank him 33rd.
No, you can't. I mean, I wouldn't put him over the defending champ, but I'd probably put him over everybody else.
I will tell you this. This is the first year when Gable Stevenson was a true freshman. I was at track wrestling, and Andy Hamilton goes, well, how are you going to rank him? I said, well, I have 3 choices. He goes, what's that? I go, I can rank him 1, I can rank him 5, or I can rank him 33. And he goes, give me your position on 33. I go, 33 says he hasn't done anything yet in college, but at least his name is in there so nobody thinks I hit my head. Mm-hmm. And he goes, give me your position for 1. I'm like, he's won everything. He's a world champion. He's the prohibitive favorite. He goes, give me your position for 5 or 6. I think it was 5. And I said, well, Tanner Hall's ranked 5 right now. And they wrestled in freestyle, and it was 10-0. And I was there. It was in a minute 20, and it was 5 takedowns. And there were no leg laces. There were no gut wrenches. There was no freestyling, so to speak.
Right.
And he goes, well, you've thought it through. Which one are you going to rank him at? I go, 5. And that's what we did. So I think it's smart if you're ranking these guys to rank Kasak for sure until you know otherwise. But if PJ Duke is the guy, I don't think most rankers will start him at 33. I wouldn't. I would be like,
no.
You got to kind of start him where Kasak is, right?
Right. I mean, like I said, I would always give the returning champ their dues when it comes to these rankings. But, if you got a guy who's beat a recent 4-timer.
Yeah, it's funny. I agree with that, but I would probably rank him beneath all the returning All-Americans.
Okay.
Even though none of those guys have a win as good as Yanni, right?
So probably number 7, right above Williams.
Above, well, like, okay, on flow, let's see.
Williams was a blood round guy too, right?
Yeah, I'd rank him 7. Well, 6 because Kasak would be out. So everybody was tied up.
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
I would rank him 6. But yeah. I mean, but again, here's the good news. This is why it's not college football. It's like the rankings don't really matter. They're a subject of conversation. We've said this before. Rankings affect seeding. And even though people don't want to say they don't, because the coaches use the rankings to do the coaches poll.
Right.
And I can tell you this because I would get called every year when I was at track by certain coaches. They're like, I got to sign this weight. We don't have a guy any good at this weight. Tell me why these guys are the way they are. Flo's got them this way. You have them this way. And I'm like, well, here's why I think I'm right. Or they could be right. It's just everybody's beating everybody, and we interpreted the data this way, and they interpreted the data that way.
I know that if probably all coaches would take a deep breath if they saw PJ Duke on their side of the bracket more than if they saw Tyler Kasich, and that's another big statement because I mean Kasich's a tough guy. I mean, like he's a really hard to wrestle guy.
Well, it was interesting. I ran into Tyler Kasich at the Power and Light right after Kansas City. And, I just ran into him and told him, congrats. I said, are you going to redshirt next year? He's like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. And, then he bumped up 2 weight classes. Like he went from 41 to 57.
Yes.
So it was interesting. At 149, I picked Larkin to make the finals. And, I think it's almost a cop-out to say I'm going to pick a guy to make the finals that isn't even ranked because Larkin not being ranked is a lot different than Kasich not being ranked. Right. And Larkin's not ranked because he hasn't wrestled in a while and he's been hurt, not because these people are stupid. Kasich's not ranked, PJ Duke isn't ranked because Kasich's the starter as of now. So you told me you took some notes and some prep. Do you have your finalists ready for me, Eddie?
Oh, yes. And this is the part that I think is going to surprise you because I have Antrell making the finals again, but I have him facing Jordan Williams. I really feel like Jordan is changing his physique, and he's already good. And I feel like the thing that stopped him from being really good at Oklahoma State was his strength. And last year at 149, he showed me that he had improved that strength, and I think he's only getting stronger at the University of Iowa. So maybe that's a bit of a homer pick, but
I gotta get off the air with all you people from Iowa. I gotta get off the air with all you guys from Iowa. I gotta get an Oklahoma guy on next week or something. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm originally from Oklahoma. Remember that? I mean,
I knew 100% you were going to pick Antrell. I know that about you. You got to be the champ. You got to beat the champ. I knew that.
Yeah.
And I know you're a big fan of his style and his character. I knew that part. Jordan Williams one does surprise me. Okay. Do you have your other 6 All-Americans?
Yes, I do. I have Kasich. Like I say, he's the guy in the spot right now. So so I have Kasich, I have Maya Shapiro, Waters, Cardenas. Here's another surprise: Ethan Miller. I didn't go with Vinny Z or Cannon Webster. That was really tough for me because I know both of those guys are really super tough. And Webster, he had some really good wins. Like, he even had a win last year over Shane Van Ness. But I like Ethan Miller's grittiness. It might be another bit of that Homer, Greater Heights kid right there. Great spirit, really tough. You talk about changing his physique. Holy crap. Ethan Miller is this dude is jacked.
Ethan Miller beat Antrell Taylor last year.
There you go. Oh, Ethan that's Miller the other part.
He was undefeated. Sorry, he was undefeated going into the Big Tens. He was the 1 seed. There was a little controversy because he sat out the Iowa duel against Teamer, but he was the 1 seed.
He beat Bianchi and Blaze in the at the Tiger Style tournament. That's one of the notes they have. So he had some really good wins last year. So
he's a border brawler too.
I like him. Hold on.
Okay, and who's your last one?
This of my border brawl, but I got that national preps versus everybody.
You got your hat on? There you
go. This is
a
different one. But so the other here, so you might like this one. Brooks Travis is a guy I've known since he was in high school. Couple times state champ out of Ark City, Kansas. Saw him wrestle. When I was a freshman, Brooks was a little chubby 112-pounder for Ark City who wasn't doing anything. And then my sophomore year, he did a revamp, got slim, went to 103 and won state. I think his son has that type of, has the bits to get it done. So I think he's going to get on the podium this year. Teague Travis is my last All-American.
So Teague Travis, it's interesting to me how many kids wrestled in border brawl at this weight class. Teague Travis wrestled in it. Vinny Zerban wrestled in it. Ethan Miller wrestled in it. And we do root for those kids, you know, just because you know them better. And you also want to say, hey, our event scored this many points at the national tournament. It's very interesting who you left out. Okay, so you left out Cardenas. You left out Vinny Zerban. You left out
No, I have Cardenas in there. I left out
Zerban. You left out Zerban, Webster,
and Webster and Cannon, yes.
And Arrington.
Yep.
Yeah. So here's the other interesting thing, Eddie. Teague Travis is going to have to battle Landon Rabidou to start. So,
holy crap. That's a heck of a fight to start.
Yeah. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see if they're close. Like, I think, again, shouldn't speak for David Taylor and company, but let's say it's a 1-point wrestle off, whoever wins. And you look at them and you go, they're both round of 16, round of 12, if that's your assessment as a coach. If it were me, then I would wrestle the senior and let the freshman get better, right?
And Teague had 3 wins at the NCAAs last year, even though, like you said, he was a 33 seed, came in and won 3 matches.
He was out the whole year, came back. They let him challenge off Carter Young. He wins, and he'd been at 57 the whole year and cut down to 49. So now he's back up to 57. I mean, they got Swiderski at 49, who looked like a freaking finalist on Saturday night.
Yeah, so, he's gonna wreck folks. He looked great.
He looked like he's got an anger management problem.
100%. 100%. Like he's wrestling angry.
Yeah. So
I love it.
So let me tell you what I agree with. I agree with Meyer Shapiro, Waters, and Cardenas as All-Americans. I agree with Antrell in the finals. I put down your pick of Kasak as Penn State. Mm-hmm. I think you get them both. And I put down my other finalist is Penn State. Okay.
Okay.
I absolutely am picking Vinny Zerban. You know, he's one of us. So I got to take him. And then
I flipped because I figured, you know, Ethan's one of us too.
Oh, he is. Listen, there's too many guys here to, you know, I think Miller, I just want him to get it done, you know, but.
Oh yeah. I love that kid.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take Webster.
Okay.
And I think I want to take Cannon, but I don't even know if he's going to wrestle. And I'll take Jordan Williams.
Webster, I'm going to tell you what, he was really hard for me not to put in that list. But I for the sake of this conversation, I did have Zerban, Webster, Chittum, and I had the other Miller as all blood rounders, but since you told me Cal wouldn't be there, because I thought that would be a very interesting dynamic to have 2 brothers wrestling for
one of the
different schools.
Right? Like,
right.
You don't get right. I think it was interesting when Ethan left Maryland that Cal didn't. And I'm good friends with Alex Clemson, so I had that conversation with him. I actually spoke to Ethan when he went into the portal. Like, he called me, which was that call will stay between us, but it was nice to be consulted with, I guess is a good way to say it.
You see his picture?
Which picture?
His picture online for the roster, for the Virginia Tech roster. It's awesome.
What's he doing?
You already know. He took them front teeth out.
That guy, I'll tell you this. There's a guy here in St. Louis who really ticked me off the other day. And he won 1 state title and basically did nothing else. And he's an assistant coach at a high school here. And the kids on the team told me the guy cares more about how his hair looks in practice, and nobody do it better than he did. Ethan Miller is the absolute antithesis of that guy.
It's a complete, he does
not care at all.
Yeah, I love it too. I love it. That's straight Missouri right there, baby. That's Missouri.
No, I don't say that. Because if I'd have my teeth fixed.
Boy, that let me say that's backwoods Missouri.
That's Kansas. You want to say Kansas City? Now all my Kansas City family will be mad at me. But that ain't St. Louis. That's not Japanese St. Louis. That's not Japanese St. Louis. My dad would be like, "We're not doing that. We're gonna get your teeth right." He doesn't care though. The thing is, like, he's very successful. The family's super successful. Like the kids are both studying architecture. The dad owns an architecture firm. Like, it's a super cool story. Those guys are going to be hugely successful in life.
Yeah,
they've been great in wrestling.
And he's a good-looking kid too.
No, he's a great kid.
Yeah,
he's an awesome kid. And it's just funny.
Yeah,
that he just doesn't care about this thing that most 22, 23-year-olds really care about. And that's a reason to root for him, right? You're kind of like, okay, this dude gets it, right? Like, he's all steak, no sizzle. You know, he just doesn't care about the stuff that most people get hung up on. And I freaking love it because, like, those are the guys in practice, right? Like, I mean, your son trains in 2 hard wrestling rooms, in season and out of season, right?
Yes, sir.
And if somebody's in there and they're always pulling on their sweatpants or their shirt's got to be, both those coaches would be like, get out of the room.
Yeah.
Get out of the room. Ethan Miller's a guy that will never get kicked out of the room for that. Like, somebody might have to say to him, like, put your teeth in.
Yeah.
You're scaring the kids. He's probably awesome on Halloween now that I think about it. He's probably absolutely terrifying on Halloween. Like, he probably did this 6-year-olds and just scare the crap out of them.
They're trying to get him to calm down in practice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is such a good weight though, right? Like, there's some weights where you feel like, okay, so-and-so is the guy to beat. And I think you could wrestle this tournament. Antrell, I think, could certainly win it. If you're picking names, Tyler Kasak could win it. PJ Duke could win it. Meyer Shapiro could win it.
Let's with Kasak there, and with the wrestlers we have without PJ Duke, who wins this weight?
It's again, I think you got to beat the champ to be the champ, right? Like, I mean, I think Antrell Taylor, he doesn't seem like the kind of kid that's going to be satisfied, right? And Nebraska, they might be the only people in the country, but they believe they're going to win nationals. They believe they're going to beat Penn State. Now, they had some guys that did some things last year that you didn't expect, right? Like, you didn't expect Jacob Van D to place. You didn't expect Cam McDaniel to place, and you didn't expect Antrell Taylor to win it. They wrestled above their seeds.
100%.
Historically, some years they wrestled below their seeds. And this last year, I mean, they were pinning guys on the back too, but if you look at that team now, they got Cale Lordson, they bring back Van D, they bring back Hardy, they get Lamer second semester, they've got Antrell Taylor, they bring in LJ Arujao, they got Christopher Minto, who is a guy that we had on a bunch of our fantasy teams. They bring back Silas Allred, they bring back McDaniel, and then they got Ferrari.
I really think they do the best job of developing.
They're doing great, and they're a team that on a good day has 9 All-Americans. Okay.
Yes.
And if you have 9 All-Americans and you have 2 guys on your team that have won nationals before, okay, most years you win the tournament. Most years that's enough. I mean, I just think Penn State's in a really great position for them in that, like, they're a prohibitive favorite at 65. They're a prohibitive favorite at 74. They're a pretty significant favorite at 49. I think most people are picking them to make the finals at 25. I mean, I think everybody's excited about Blaze at 33 or 41. I think they're going to place really high at 57. Josh Barr, if he's healthy, is the number 1 guy in the preseason at 97. What's crazy is if Josh Barr's hurt, they just wrestle Mirasola. Like, that's something nobody's talking about. Like, it's insane.
No inkling of where Blaze is going to be.
Well, Penn State's really, really open about what they're going to do with all their stuff. I'm just trying to figure out if Ono's going to wrestle, because if not, I'm going to put him in border brawl. But I mean, the story I'm hearing.
Hey, I hope he doesn't wrestle so he could be in border brawl.
Yeah, I think they're going to go Blaze 33, and either Braden Davis or Nagao at 41. And what you forget about a lot of these dudes is they got red shirts. Like Braden Davis still has a red shirt. Luke Lillidow still has a red shirt. Like, I mean,
why would Luke's never going to use that red shirt?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know that he won't redshirt the Olympic year.
Oh, maybe that would be the only way.
Yeah.
But
because I could see him redshirting that year and then going up to 33 or something, you know. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, because they got Landon Sidden coming in, and you know, and I'm not looking at the calendar and all these guys, but you know, like it probably
Sidden
works.
is a 26. He's a 26 guy.
27.
He's 27. Oh,
he could
yeah.
redshirt 27, 28. It could work exactly the way you're saying.
Yeah.
Like Luke goes, and then Sidden goes. You know, like redshirt and goes. It's all possible. Those guys are probably the best at stacking, like at having things projected out to like 2037. You know, clearly, like it's working for them.
I like that kid too.
Yeah, shout out Kyle Martin, one of the best human beings. Who's also a great coach in the country. Got to see him last. You were with me when we saw him. You know, up there at Coralville. I guess it was 2 weekends ago now. They all kind of run together, but
yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, we're gonna see at the end of the year. We will settle up on chicken wings, probably at the U.S. Open. Okay.
Yeah.
You, Mark and GT, and we may get your. If you want to ping me and send me your picks for all 10 weight classes, we'll put them in the document.
Okay.
You can send them, even if and we will probably publicly say, hey, this is what Eddie did, so people know. We'll probably end up putting. Well, I got somebody here way smarter than me who's helping me with our social media, and we'll probably end up putting all that stuff up.
Okay.
Like I'm a steak, no sizzle guy. I'm learning how to sizzle.
What are you talking? You all sizzle, baby. You got sizzle with your steak.
Listen, like we just try to run good events and do good things, and the kids that do great are the sizzle. Like we got to get better at the other stuff. But you know, like when we have the Case and Triers and we have the Eddie Woodies and we have those kind of kids of the world, like when you get to have an Aaron Brooks and a Kamal Bay wrestle each other. Like we need a better job of hyping it up, but those matches themselves are unbelievable. So,
all right, myself.
We'll let these people get back to it. It was great having you on, man. It's basically these are just the conversations we have while I'm making breakfast anyway. So I appreciate you jumping on the air with me.
I appreciate you having me, and I love you, brother. And I'll do this anytime.
Say hi to the fam for me, okay?
Yes, sir. Give my love to Derek.
See ya. We'll be right back. See ya. Bye.
Yes, sir.